Last year, I ended my New Year's speech with, "Welcome to our roaring 20s. I had no idea. So let's start again, shall we? On behalf of your Brighton Council and our municipal staff, Happy New Year. May 2021 be less disruptive and more positive as we anticipate an end to the global pandemic. As a descendant of settlers, I acknowledge that here in Brighton, we live, work, and play on lands that have been inhabited by Indigenous people from the beginning. We are grateful for their stewardship and hope that we may work toward right relations with our Indigenous partners, in particular, our friends from the Alderville First Nation and the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte. When I came to you 1 year ago, I noted all the great planning your council had accomplished and all the good things that we were going to do as a result of paving the way ahead. We were geared up, even excited by the plans and what they were about to accomplish. We tendered all of our road projects. We set our economic development team and partners free to bring in the big game. We accepted the bid for our new skateboard park construction. We built partnerships to provide a stormwater maintenance project that helped provide significant cost savings from going it alone. We hired contractors to complete a traffic control change downtown and a contractor to complete much-needed sidewalk repairs. And then the world fell apart. As we watched a pandemic spread from one part of the world to another, we realized that it was here too, and a country, province, and community that prides ourselves on being open and inviting to businesses and visitors alike was suddenly shuttered. And all of our planning, budgeting, and momentum here in Brighton came to a grinding halt as we shifted from a path of community progress to a path of working with our partners in public health to keep our staff and our community healthy. In Brighton, we called our emergency control group together to monitor and assess both the rising lake levels and the COVID-19 infection rates in the community. It was my worry that these two issues would intersect and cause Brighton to have to allocate already scarce resources to deal with two emergency scenarios. Thankfully, the work we had started in 2019, talking to our federal representatives and the international body that controls lake levels, was starting to pay off. Our work on lake level advocacy is not over, and we are monitoring the action of the Lake Level Management Group carefully. I will not rest on this issue until there is a new policy in place that helps protect shoreline residents and businesses alike from flooding on Lake Ontario. Although lake levels did rise, they did not breach Brighton's shoreline, and once levels began to fall to seasonal norms, we suspended our emergency control group to focus on the responses, of which there were many, from the province and public health. We closed our buildings and facilities to the public. We moved council meetings to virtual formats. We did these things counterintuitively for those of us who have dedicated our adult lives to public service. But we did so to help ensure that we were doing everything we could to help stop the spread of COVID-19. We reconfigured staff locations and workstations. We created shifts for outdoor staff to ensure that there would always be a crew isolating. We took measures to protect staff while also ensuring that we continued to serve the public. And while we got our heads around what the new normal was going to look like, we started those work plans, and our staff rolled up their sleeves and got the work of our community done. I am extremely proud of the dedication of staff, and we accomplished so much this year despite the COVID-19 restrictions. The sidewalk repairs were completed, both the 2020 work and the work left incomplete in 2019. The skateboard park construction began, and thanks to a mild fall, is nearly completed with a grand opening anticipated in the spring. All of our rural road projects, including our enhanced brushing and ditching program, were completed. Our major urban infrastructure project, Sanford Street, was substantially finished, with one more layer of asphalt to be added this year. And a streetlight configuration to make pedestrian safety a priority at our two busiest intersections was completed. And in the midst of the pandemic, we filled vital roles in our public service, hiring our new Director of Planning and Development, Paul Walsh, and our new Fire Chief, Jim Smith. We also filled vacancies in public works, operations, facility maintenance, and the clerk's office, and we welcomed 5 new volunteer firefighters to the force, all to continue to serve the people of Brighton with the level of service that you have come to expect. We also worked quickly to protect citizens and businesses near Presqu'île when the provincial park became overwhelmed this summer, quickly amending bylaws and providing staff resources to curb the dangerous traffic and parking that had begun to take place. Your council and our staff team worked hard to make quick and necessary adjustments over the course of 2020 to continue to serve the community while working to keep us all safe and healthy. So, what, you might be asking, will 2021 bring? I anticipate that we will continue to work our way through and out of this pandemic, but the road ahead will not be quick nor easy. We now find ourselves in a province-wide lockdown, and the provincial team responsible for the vaccine rollout is telling us to expect the vaccine to be available to the general public in the 3rd quarter of 2021. We will have to continue lots of hand washing, physical distancing, and mask wearing, likely until Thanksgiving. But if we were able to accomplish all those things in unsure times, then I anticipate that we will be able to continue our record-setting pace for rural road reconstruction, brushing, and ditching. We will prepare engineering plans for road and underground infrastructure work on a number of urban roadways so that we can look toward budgeting those projects and getting infrastructure work done south of the rail lines too. As we find ourselves halfway through the council term, we will take a moment to revisit our strategic plan to provide us with an update to take us through to the end of this term. We will also see significant investment from Northumberland County this year. An almost $2 million rail safety project in partnership with Transport Canada will take place at Prince Edward Street. Over $500,000 will be invested in our Brighton Children's Centre in partnership with the province at the Brighton Public School location. Opportunities for rural broadband expansion partnerships and investment together with the private sector and member municipalities will be moved forward in 2021. Of course, as your mayor, I will continue to nurture vital partnerships on Brighton's behalf. We've seen that this work has had significant results for our community, like our economic development partnerships with Northumberland Quinte, which have led to the sale of industrial properties and the forging of tourism opportunities. Opportunities that we will need to take advantage of as we come out of the pandemic and look to attract businesses and visitors back to Brighton. I would be remiss if I did not thank our council and staff team. We have had some ups and downs, and to be sure, the strain of the pandemic has not been easy on anyone. But we are working together for the betterment of our community, and because of this hard work, consensus building, and achievement-based work ethic, Brighton is functional and thriving as best we can in these unprecedented times. We are making progress together, and staff and council have my thanks for that. On a personal note, it was nice to be able to have a few days to be with family over the holidays. Knowing that we were all safe and healthy together was the greatest gift for me. It has been a stressful year for our family and our community, but I am grateful to be your mayor. I will continue to advocate on behalf of all local residents, our businesses, and our volunteers. I will continue to build on the partnerships that we have forged over these last 2 years, here in Brighton, across Northumberland and Quinte, and with our federal and provincial friends. I am proud of this community, proud to call it home, proud to have helped raise my family here, and proud that so many people who come to visit want to return and stay. And so again, please accept my best wishes for this new year. May you be and stay healthy throughout 2021.